I am happy today because I'm listening to arguably the best rapper ever. Someone that I've been enjoying a whole lot as of recent. Billy Woods. I've done his Maps album, which released this year. I've done Aethiopes, and it's finally time to do Church, which is a shorter album, and my brain is telling me that it's not a concept album. That's because of something I saw in the past and I don't know what it was, but pretty sure someone said it was just an album of bangers that doesn't have a necessary concept like Maps does or like how Aethiopes does. So I'm quite excited for that actually. Again, not totally sure if that's correct, but we'll see. Oh, I'm stupid. Oh my god, I didn't even mention that I did Hiding Places too. So I've actually done 3 Billy Woods reactions. It felt like I did 2, but Hiding Places is actually my favorite. So what would you guys say is the big 3 for Billy Woods? Maps, Aethiopes and Hiding Places? Or would you fit Church into the mix? Let me know. It says here on Genius it is his 11th studio album, which is crazy. I believe he's been releasing since what, 1999? Oh no man, 2002. For some reason I thought it was very late 90s, but it's early 2000s. This is the 11th one, released last year in 2022. It's crazy because Aethiopes was last year and he released this on the same year. And it says here this album feels like a spiritual successor to his 2019 masterpiece Hiding Places, which explains the similar album artworks which depict bustling architecture. Okay. Yeah, kind of a similar direction in terms of the album cover. It's in Washington Heights, New York City. Yeah, and it's not a church, so I wonder how the album title ties in, or if it ties in at all. Track 1, Paraquat. Might need to do a quick search of what it is. A toxic chemical that is widely used as an herbicide. Why did it say an? Primarily for weed and grass control. Okay. Alright. Paraquat, track 1, let's go. Who produced this? Messiah Music, who I haven't heard of before.
I found religion, I'm a prophet. Love that girl, but knew we wouldn't work like Harden on the Rockets. Clouds clear. I'm looking at splits like Spotify numbers. A whole lot of grain, just me and the punter. Down for the team, saying all the right things, but feeling like Harden on the Thunder. Harden on the Thunder.
Love that vocal sample in the back.
Raised on Paraquat, scraped and fought. By the grace of God, everybody else got caught. He was raised on Paraquat. Please, man, let me eat my breakfast.
That's funny. Oh, nice. We got 2 parts. I want to go over the lyrics at the end of the track.
Light drizzle on the tarmac. Whitey hit Hiroshima, then he double back. Feed him rope till it goes slack. Hot potato when you quick lick turn to a kidnap.
Damn.
It's easy to take, hard to give back. It's hard to give.
Love these samples.
Deep in the tombs on a humble Pentecostal crumble in a sweet and aromatic.
His voice is pretty low compared to the beat.
Scraped and fought. By the grace of God, everybody else got caught. He was raised on Paraquat, scraped and fought.
Oh wow. They teased us with a little vocal sample that made its first appearance at the end there. Okay, well, that was a 2-part song, which surprised me. I love both of the beats. There was a sort of like haunting vocal going on in the first part, and then the second part was more of like a traditional kind of sample with some nice piano, great bass. I want to go over some of the lyrics. So he said, I found religion, I'm a prophet, which is kind of contradicting, right? If someone may say they found religion because they converted to a religion, and I'm a prophet would be seen as blasphemy, of course, right? So I feel like it's kind kind of a dig. Like he found religion in the sense that he found what it's all about. Not he found it as in he devoted himself to it. And then he says he found it and now I understand I'm a prophet. That would be pretty funny. Love that girl but new. Oh yeah, Harden is a basketball player, James Harden. The Rockets I'm not familiar with, but I don't know the teams that well. But I guess yeah, they weren't satisfied with his performance on that team. So this one was pretty funny. Splits like Spotify numbers. Wait, price is so fucking high. I had to do him dirty just to make a profit. Splits like Spotify numbers, which is hilarious because yeah, Spotify pays absolutely zilch, absolutely nothing. So he said we was raised on Paraquat, Paraquat being the herbicide that I checked earlier. Yeah, I guess being around weed farms, drug dealing, seeing the US government use the Paraquat to terminate those farms. And what else do we have? Black rain, baptized black skies. By the grace of God, everybody else got caught. Yeah, I mean, great introduction. I'm gonna go into Artichoke. I've never had Artichoke, I don't think. Let me know, is it good? It doesn't look nice. It's like a big Brussels sprout. That's just a worse Brussels sprout, mate.
I used to use a toothbrush to keep my kicks white. It mattered that much. In hindsight, it seemed like someone else's life. Flush my system with sativas, knock off the rust and fuck standing up. White phosphorus burning through the night. Skeleton crew on the sling.
Wow, we got another great vocal sample.
Like the black codes, folded paper in my coat. Came home to coal fire stove. Little fish full of bones. Weeds overgrown.
This is smooth, nice and laid back.
Young boy asked if it's pressure, I bent the knee as a gesture. A lot of rappers worry about gender bending. I just people who ask the question. I keep my own counsel, go ahead and keep the suggestions. I won't even
That's funny.
You. Two-track it with the super drive vocal. Cyborg, they had to cut him out the car total. Everything broke down into fractions.
Oh, that's smooth, man.
Dead. This just smoke and ashes. Hope is an assassin. Fear fill up the casket. One day I woke up, everything was made of plastic. She loves me not is where we landed.
That might link back to the previous track, The Weeds Overgrown.
Came home to coal-fired stove, little fish full of bones, choking. The weeds overgrown, the weeds overgrown, the weeds overgrown.
Well, it goes into the next one. I'm gonna let it transition again when I get to it. Okay. Love how laid back this one is and how the vocal sample is throughout. Very just soothing sort of hums. Is it hums?
I keep my own counsel, go ahead and keep the suggestions. I won't even
Just like
hold you to track.
Ooh. That is super nice throughout the whole track. But let's get into some of the lyrics. But I am impressed with Messiah music so far, who I've never heard of. Oh, he's done a lot for Armand Hammer. Okay. There's certain things you can only learn from a fist fight. True. I say everyone needs to be punched in their face at least once in their life. Actually, I think I've mentioned that before. This is, I'm sure many people can relate to this. I've done this many times. Used to use a toothbrush to keep my kicks white. It mattered that much. And I love this line. In hindsight, it seemed like someone else's life. Like, he's so far past that it almost seems like it's someone else. Skeleton crew on a slaver. See, what I think about when he says skeleton crew, I think of like pirates for some reason, and obviously that's in the Caribbean area where a lot of the slave trades happened. And it's super cool how you put it, hug the equator tight, because it's along the equator, the Caribbean, West Africa, going back and forth with the slave trade on the ships. And it kind of, if you map out the path like they did in this image here, although it's not all quite on the equator in this image, But you can imagine some of those lines, it's like almost like it's the equator's being hugged by telegraphed journeys. I thought that was really cool. I won't spend too much time on all the lyrics on each song, so the video is not a whole lifetime long, but I did want to speak on this as well a little bit. So a lot of rappers worry about gender bending. I just peep who asked the question. Yeah, it says here, rappers like Boosie Badass and DaBaby have come under fire for their opinions on the LGBTQ community, and notably in the case of DaBaby, he made unprovoked statements about HIV and the gay community at the Rolling Loud festival. Woods makes the statement that despite no one asking of the question, their reactions to contemporary issues of LGBTQ are still made, usually out of place and combined with the history of hip-hop culture that has largely been homophobic. And yeah, I haven't seen DaBaby, or maybe I have and I just forgot, but I definitely remember Boosie being pretty ignorant and offensive towards the LGBTQ community. And I do think it is heavily rooted in hip-hop, the homophobic culture, and I find it quite hypocritical because, of course, with black culture and how hip-hop is a large part of black culture, it has faced a lot of struggles through racism in the past, or even, not even far into the past. So the prejudice against a race, as I don't see it as a very huge difference to prejudice towards the LGBTQ community. And when I say LGBTQ community, I don't mean the people out there representing it with the flags and everything. I'm referring to just people who would fit into that category. I think it's becoming quite pathetic that there's so much ignorance towards it. But at the same time, as we progress, I do believe more people are gaining more knowledge and becoming more aware of these natural processes. And it should be normalized, just like how black people are not segregated, don't have to use different water fountains, they're allowed in the same restaurants and such now. Of course, LGBTQ community is not like completely chastised from society, but they do face a lot of unneeded backlash for nothing when it's natural, just like being black.
To the action is all I'm asking.
Yeah, this is super nice. You know what, because he's been rapping for so long, I think he's definitely honed his skills and he has sort of cemented his style and his abilities. But anyway, let's go into track 3, Swampwater. I'm going to let it transition.
The deep calling to the deep. For instance, there recently I was there, a deep in your calling. I was standing up on the mountain. There has to be a deep to respond to that call.
Tell your boy I only want to
love those dirty drums.
Same one from when Giuliani was mayor. The science is clear. Words chosen more carefully when the threat of violence in the air. Don't wait till it's too late, come round to the factory square. AC blasting old air. Standstill traffic, human landfills, doctor landscape ravage. Trousers on the 8, but he's still savage.
Wow. It's hard to find a head bopping rhythm, but I quite like that. Great sample usage. Okay. Really short and sweet track. Oh, where was that line? Actually, there was a few. I like this. Words chosen more carefully when the threat of violence is in the air. That's a funny line. I like that. Towards the end, he said, "Your man's not great, but I do chuckle at the ad-libs." It's like the only redeeming quality of your favorite rapper is the funny ad-libs. And that's funny. I feel like that could relate to a lot of mainstream artists rapping at the moment. But yeah, this is a cool short track. I'm gonna go into Track 4, Fever Grass.
House of hunger, cold
That's interesting.
stove. It's madness in the cupboards. It's no table manners at your cousins. Humming microwave oven, the back bent. Trying to get 9 out of onion. Trying to get that baker's dozen.
Get 9 out on onion.
You can't stop what's coming. Still lit like wet blunts. Cut the power. I'll thrive in the dark. The survivors, killers, and cowards. They ain't got no heart, no hours. Every day is a
Such interesting sounds in this beat.
2 by 2. When he was gone, we danced under the moon. Tambourine jangle, ghost kid drums, ramble down mountainside so steep, so green. Rain tattooed, tin roof, red fruit heavy in the trees. Stands of bamboo where roots men crop they weed.
Wow. You can really picture, bro, his imagery might be second to none, because he just says these things, even if it's an outright tragic event from the past. His conviction when he says it just puts an image in your head. Like this, Deng Xiaoping, dead dogs dangle from lampposts, long tongues. Long tongues is just 2 words added to the event that he stated, and you could instantly just imagine it. Win or lose, the Maoist is still glum. I haven't read about Maoism, but I would like to. And the verse 2 had great imagery towards the end. The first half, I was kind of lost. Oh yeah, he is. Damn, I forgot what country he's from, but he is African, and in a lot of African culture, there's like, you know, the black magic or that voodoo kind of stuff. So there are witches. He said his great grandmother was a witch, which is obviously in Christianity you're not meant to mix with witches and fortune tellers, these kind of things. But he's basically saying when reality strikes and they need that help, they're gonna go to his great grandmother, who, yeah, sinful for being a witch and looked up to as a powerful healer, in touch with life, spirit, and ritual. Many people around the world, especially actively and formally colonized people, live with this contradiction. There's a lot going on in this verse. Yep, you damn right about that. He's juxtaposing polite Christian society and wild nature, and parallel to that, juxtaposing men and women. Interesting. What's fever grass then? Oh, it's lemongrass. Okay, there's a lot going on. I'm gonna let that sink in off camera, alright? Let's go into track 5, Fuschia and Green. Fuchsia is a great color. Let me just be reminded of that beautiful color. Wow, the plant is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I've never seen that. Okay, anyway, let's go into Fuschia and Green, track 5, sorry. Featuring Lucid.
I walk the water today. I walk Fuschia and Green. For a sun called day. Single bird quiet way. I walk the water today.
I like how he's going from left to right. Each line.
Single bird quiet way. The question is if there's a heaven. See, I maintain all in the space to make it easy. How the pieces could change. At the tempo entrance, resin wood burn like Solomon. She fancies collars when swallowing. Capsizing silences. Horror Babylon. Old city metropolitan.
Ooh, I love his flow on this last part. That was nice. Oh, that's cool.
Cali feet, hand roll, Bengali, blue, black Pantones. You can holler at my colleague, Prophet and the Mighty. She called him Habibi, but son will still catch a body from the gun mid-robbery. Dark skin Bengali, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Clock the cool while I cop the pee. Getting Conakry, spotted listening device in the street. All in the space to make it easy. How the pieces can change. I walk with water today.
I want to see what that directly translates to. Ooh. Wow. A lot going on in these lyrics too. Of course. See, Elucid, I'm actually not a huge fan of his rapping style or his cadence, but bro, this like second half of this verse was super incredible. I loved it. Get some strong imagery from hills drawing blood of the friction, shoes off at the temple entrance, resin wood burn like Solomon, capsizing silences, whore of Babylon. I thought capsizing silences was a pretty cool way to put that. So French for what is this? When you see the new chess moves. So it did say in annotation it could be referring to en passant. En passant is when the pawn is on its starting square, you can move it twice up, but if it's parallel to another pawn, an opponent's pawn, after those two squares, then he can actually still capture forward past that pawn. A lot of beginners might be unaware of that, and maybe that's what he's pointing out, that you can imagine that in real life, kind of in passing. You kind of take him out once you're parallel with him and he doesn't expect it, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, this was cool. Probably maybe my favorite Elucid performance so far. We're going to go into track 6, Classical Music, which is featuring Akai Solo. Whoops, what's up my... Okay. Akai Solo and Fielded. I've heard of Akai Solo, and I don't think I have checked out any of his music. I have. I have Labor Day and 94 the Dog Year liked, so I don't remember, but... And we got Akai first. Lovely piano.
Think about the first time I saw it. Was my jaw dog, tooth and nail to the floor. Unable to recall it. Link shorty for frags of my past scattered. Simpler, blissfully foolish times. Before rhymes had a reason to get written. Before expression had me smitten. We was in this thing, fiendish, focusing holes. I don't waste it, focused on a Trojan house. Whenever the snow falls, I wonder
Trojan house, I like that. I like how he raps. He sounds really good.
88 keys, I play the piece till it fell to pieces, chasing ghosts.
Ooh, cool vocal effects on his chorus.
I play the piece till it fell to pieces, dashed her hopes. Church through the heavy shades, light poured by the Lord's grace. I watched her play, gods filled the place, rich chords, desolate shores, where arpeggios break. I used to hate Spanish galleon, I was sunken in place, pieces of 8 strewn on the ocean floor. Police rushed the gate, flushed everything, couldn't bring myself to flush the haze.
Damn, why? So he threw it out the window. He didn't want to let that go to waste. Okay, so Fielded is just on our outro. Sounds beautiful. Very nice. There was a lot packed into this one. 88 keys. I played the piece till it fell to pieces. Chasing ghosts. Like he's tried everything in the book. He's played out everything, all the keys on the piano, until it fell to pieces. Chasing ghosts, because there's never really an answer. There's no answer to anything, or no answer to what purpose is. I could be reaching, but there are some other little things that connect it together slightly. Always late for lessons, it's a lifelong trait. She could tell I was guessing, I'm mostly still guessing today. This is interesting. Stretching, could never really find my place. See, that ties into him trying everything. So a double entendre for stretching out and growing in life to stretching fingers out over a piano. Okay. In both Wood struggles to find his place. The chasing ghost part is, well, I was going to say the fact that it's not, I guess not really a fact, but I would say the fact that there is no intrinsic place to find. Okay. So what's Cossack? Whoops. Orthodox Christian, originated in Ukraine and southern Russia. Okay, Cossack Wedding, track 7. It's gonna transition in. Ooh, got some more trap type stuff. Oh wow, some DMC.
She said it herself. You gotta hold something back, that's insurance. Strap, never nothing lurid.
Ooh, hold on, let me just double check.
Dead fish, wild boars, swollen with tumors. Snippets, dialogue, swimming in aquarius humor.
This one has another haunting sample like the first track.
The alienation zone is 30 kilometers wide. I'm a sucker, I fall for it every time.
This might be my favorite beat so far.
Still set a place for her. I latched the door so she could come inside.
Again, the imagery is incredible.
Split hitting right, light like an open den.
Love that line.
See her face, it was like the night moved with the whim. I had to piff with the fragile stems. She had some dower from a friend.
Whoa, that ended abruptly. So I feel like this one had really insane imagery. That sarcophagus crack, the purest radiation flow out my phone, jack like Keurig. And Keurig, you know, the coffee machine. Disaster as a metaphor for a damaging but alluring relationship, sarcophagus crack. Therefore, is a double metaphor referring also to crack cocaine, which gives an especially potent high, especially in its purest forms, but has particularly damaging side effects. Well, I wouldn't have made that connection, that's for sure. But the Chernobyl disaster as a metaphor for a damaging relationship makes a lot of sense with the Cossack Wedding, Cossack being native to Ukraine and southern Russia. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't want to make this video super long. I'm gonna go. I really like that one though. It was probably my favorite beat. But yeah, let's go into Schism, which is featuring Fat Ray. Oh wow, he's on here with JPEG Mafia. I haven't listened to the How to Build a Relationship unreleased album. Oh wait, what is this? It's just like a compilation of so many songs. It's got EP1 on here. And some of EP2 has Hazard Duty Play, Super Tuesday. Well, there's a bunch of shit on there, but there's some stuff that I haven't heard. And it was, yeah, I haven't heard this one, so interesting. And he's not on any of the other Billy albums that I've reacted to. No, okay. Let's go. Schism, track 8. This beat sounds heavenly though right now.
In marvelous times. Ashtrays overflowed. This shit I wrote, you can't do it on the phone. Maybe a little limerick, my poems need a home.
Oh,
After me, they gon' live on.
damn.
They gon' be here when all y'all is gone.
I love that.
She sat for the portrait, courtship was whalebone. Police raid the wrong house, clap the dog, hit your moms with the stun grenade.
Damn.
Look around, nobody's ashamed. Your favorite rapper beat the murder, still claim gang. Opposition caught him lacking, let it bang. Town like Mormons, I ran out of town in a pair of Jordans. Roughed it up, it's a strip club everywhere.
Wait, I'm gonna actually go through part 1 really quick. Ashtrays overflowed could mean a lot of stress. Also, being in the same place for a long time, probably writing, like, because he says the shit I wrote, you can't do it on the phone. You know, like how you could just write lyrics in your notes app on your iPhone. But it says maybe your little limericks. My poems need a home. Like, it's sort of like more set in stone if he writes it on paper. Like his work is more worthy of being written on paper, and it's just too poetic and important to be stored in a notes app. And he says, after me, they gonna live on. He's making a timeless music that people will appreciate for years and years after he's gone. And it's not music that lasts. It's not music that is short-lived. Like maybe a lot of mainstream trap is pretty short-lived. I like this. Your favorite rapper beat the murder, still claim gang. Opposition caught him lacking, let it bang. He didn't learn his lesson. Yeah, this was great imagery. Police raid the wrong house, clap the dog, hit your mums with a stun grenade, look around, nobody's ashamed, not a one. It's like the police are pretty heartless when it comes to stuff like this. It's almost protocol to even remain sort of entitled even when you made some huge mistakes, like raiding the wrong house, killing a dog and hitting the mum with a stun grenade. They'll still appear imperious or like domineering if you try and confront them. So, and in the chorus, run him out of town like Mormons, because Mormons, they were, what states were in the 1800s, they were pretty situated in Ohio, Missouri and Illinois, and they got pretty much ran out into the West Coast. Really cool part one of this track. Yeah, this might become my favorite. This might become my favorite song, because I love when artists talk about their work in high regard and it's backed up by the actual music that you're hearing. But yeah, let's go into part 2.
12:48.
Fat Ray.
Still early, don't get sleepy on me. But drugs.
Ooh, that sounds like Kenny Siegel production. Wait, this was used in...
Listen, this is like the
I feel like he used this as well.
The killer shit. My penmanship is beyond combat. 7. Motherfucker, can you buy that? Gotta know I got the best crud hitting like Questlove on the hi-hat. Ray spit slugs.
Wait, Bruiser Brigade? Is he from Bruiser Brigade?
Now go get shorty and kill Bill.
But that would make sense.
Rapper make you feel like a needle in the haystack.
Damn, he went hard actually. And also, is this the sample in No Hard Feelings? Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So he mentions No Hard Feelings. I knew I recognized the sample from the start of part 2.
12:48. 12:48, Raffy. Still early, don't get sleepy on me. Black astronaut, cop space
Yeah.
suit and jet off my steps. Challenger launch,
Burn it bright, burn it death, burn in the firmament. I love that song. Yeah, this was great. He mentioned Bruiser Brigade. That would make sense that he's part of that or associated with them, because he was on that track with JPEG that has Z Loopers, who is a part of Bruiser Brigade. Danny Brown. So yeah, he must have more features with those guys. Really enjoyed that one. Let's go into track 9, Frankie.
Haitian music, see, I ain't gonna lie.
Messiah music has been incredible.
Get that shit out of here. Shit smell like the rainforest.
Smells like a rainforest, he says. That's funny.
Elevated grind and hiccup, pray it don't
This
get
sounds
stuck.
so
I
clear.
had the Cuban cut. Whole floor smell like non-chomper. Shoes at the door, her roommate was Shanta, little bowl, no blunt slide, had to burn it raw. Help carry that TV, stupid big. Corner apartment, the sun run riot. French doors, hardwood shining to where the sun got tired. Frankie looking like she might just burst in the fire. Summer months, hiding window, waiting for that moment.
I love the trumpet or whatever that is in there. Yeah, this was cool. I thought I had a feeling Frankie meant like a blunt. Okay, no, it's a very attractive male or female. Okay. Okay. I wonder if that's a New York term. Yeah, that was a cool little short track. We're gonna go into Pollo Rico, track 10.
This thing was broke from the jump. No point going back and forth over who did what. My character rolling loud to Shakespeare in the park and get stabbed.
Hold on, this sounds so nostalgic. I'm gonna restart it.
I ask now that every demon power in this building will be broke large, weak, so we're not defeated.
This thing was broke from the jump. No point going back and forth over who did what. My character arc rolling loud to Shakespeare in the park and get stabbed. Stagger off in the dark. I'm waiting in the wings, understudy every part. I lied cause I loved her, I never crossed my heart. A little gas, crash dummies flying out the cars.
I like that, it's like they just missed him.
Hospital vending machine, D2 is the Cheetos. New Year's Eve, I snuck in the Clico. Pollo Rico, you can fry. I hope it's nothing but holes.
I love this vocal sample.
When the revolution was over, they gave them half what they promised. Let's be honest, you can't bury that many bodies, they burned them in piles. It was dark, I could see his teeth, it wasn't a smile. Fire in the heart, fire in tip bottle, long slip, short piss, eyes sunk in their hollows. My heart used to sing, crossing the old Gothams, and ass niggas through the looking glass. Hospital vending machine, D2 is the Cheetos. New Year's Eve, I snuck in the Clico, Pollo Rico.
Wow. This sounds incredibly sentimental, like a super heartfelt track. And this instrumental gives such a nostalgic feeling to maybe something. It sounds like a beach house kind of sample, like how Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar sampled Silver Soul by Beach House. It's given that kind of vibe, and I actually really want to check. It's not on here, so it's probably unknown, because Define Us was just that woman saying Define Us, right? So he's visiting someone in hospital that is about to pass away. I like how you mentioned D2 is the Cheetos, and he mentions, I hope it's nothing but hoes in the paradise, which is funny. So he's giving his friend who's about to pass away their last snacks or whatever, I guess. This was pretty interesting. When the revolution was over, they gave him half what they promised. It's like all these people are being used for the benefit of those in power. They still don't give what is promised. And the ones who bust their guns went home to tin cups of tea, that same plate of porridge. That one is super nice, man. Well, yeah, super heartfelt, man. Okay, but let's go into track 11, All Jokes Aside. I haven't listened to Rock Marciano, by the way. Oh my god, I love math rock, by the way, the genre.
A newspaper dated March 1588.
Cool drum loop.
Mr. Serve on from back in the day. I've been around since long, I got a couple names. Pragmatic is the metric system, but this America might have to throw it all away in an instant. Over an insult, I turn a phrase. Incense in the foyer, granny with the cane. They wait.
Wait, what's the reference to Bell Hooks here?
All jokes aside, I enjoyed the ride.
I haven't read Bell Hooks though.
My guys took the church and put it in the sky. All jokes aside, I enjoyed the ride.
I love these drums.
Took the church and put it in the sky. All jokes swarm.
I wonder what this means. Interesting. So like maybe he's saying his guys that passed away need the church more than the people on earth, or not totally sure. That was cool. I loved the drums on there, but I love this line: pragmatic as the metric system, but this America might have to throw it all away in an instant. Over an insult, a turn of phrase. Yeah. There's a lot of little things I don't quite understand, but half of Liberia in the back of the class, I don't fully get what that means. FedEx packages lost, never signed, no forms. If she's gone, she's gone. She's gone. Came outside after the locusts swarmed. Amazing. Super poetic. Okay, we made it to the final track, which is Magdalene. I believe Magdalene was a follower of Jesus. Don't know much, but yeah. This one's featuring Elucid. Let's get into it. Oh, wow. A lot of energy in this one. In the instrumental. Sounds like a Peggy beat.
How I wake up in the jars been the usual. What's sacred, what's suitable, what's profane, Magdalene.
Soul to cuticle, I like that. Wow, this sample is incredible, by the way.
I'll be there in the morning, deserving of the rarest garments, right around buzz, peeled toward
She said, come get me and I'm yours. Then the line went dead. Put bread on the phone. She said the same in the text. Bro said she don't want to be sad. Get it through your fucking head. Called it over. Then slept all day. So
That's
I
funny.
tried the next. Still dark when I left. Streets empty. Window cracked. Wish I still smoked cigarettes. Check engine light lit. Brights plowed the night. Split lip selfie. Said he never do it again. He done it twice. Masturbate. Blood trickle out one nostril. Ball was masquerade. Jerk wake, best area in Carolina, judged by the place. 8 Chick-fil-A, gas station sink, watch my face. Text again, nothing since yesterday.
I love this beat, man.
Off the interstate, straight to voicemail, it's a familiar rage. Far from home, but it's a familiar place. Like wedding cans on the getaway car.
Jesus. He packed a lot into that. This beat is incredible. Maybe my favorite instrumental on the album. Again, Elucid. Maybe Elucid is showing signs of growth for me. Actually, when did Haram? Was Haram 2020? 2021. Okay, pretty early 2021. I actually don't remember much from there. But the feature on Crawl Space I didn't like much. Ah, true. On 9X I actually liked him better than on Crawl Space. So maybe he's just improved. But yeah, I was liking Elucid on her. But I'm gonna be honest, I think both of them could have done better with such an incredible beat. Like, I feel like the beat alone has the potential to be like one of Billy Wood's best sounding tracks. But yeah, they both did really well. I guess the beat got me a bit overexcited. But I love this. This made me laugh. So she said, come get me, I'm yours. Then the line went dead. Put bread on her phone. Then she said the same in a text. Bro said she don't want to be saved. Get it through your fucking head. Like the J. Cole song. So yeah, it's true. There is no underlying theme going throughout this whole album. And I really enjoyed it. Messiah Music has incredible production. My first time ever listening to his production, I believe. Other than, yeah, it's the first, I believe. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Glad to have some more Billy Woods to add to the roster. Tell me what your favorite track is. Please like and subscribe. If you have any recommendations of albums you'd like me to react to, please put it down below. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.